Welcome back to another episode on Front Row on Economy.lk. Today with us we have Professor Xiguang from the Tsinghua University International Center for Communication here with us today. Welcome, Professor. We'd like to today talk a bit more about the Belt and Road Initiative and some of the implications for Sri Lanka. But first, let me put out a more simpler question. How would you simplify and summarize for our viewers the Belt and Road Initiative, and what are some of the myths that you would want to dispel from what's typically portrayed in the general public?
Belt and road is not just one belt and one road. It's a land road from China to Europe and West Asia through Central Asia. And another road is called the Maritime Road. Chairman Xi named it the 21st Century Maritime Road, which Sri Lanka serves as a midpoint of the 21st Century Maritime Road. There are 4 ports China plans to build along the new Maritime Silk Road. To the east of Colombo, there are Kyopyo Port of Myanmar, Chittagong Port of Bangladesh. To the west of Colombo, there are Gwadar in Pakistan and the Djibouti Port in Saudi Arabia. And between the economic belt or the land road and the maritime road, there are 5 corridors. From the east to the west, the corridor from China, Yunnan province, through Laos, through Thailand and Myanmar, and to the seaport of Thailand. Another one is from China's Yunnan and Tibet provinces through Myanmar, Bangladesh, India, and to the port of Chittagong. And another corridor, China and Nepal are planning to build a railway linking China, Jakarta in Tibet, to Kathmandu of Nepal, a railway which hopefully will be open to transportation in about 3 or 4 years' time. That is China-Tibet-Nepal corridor. And to the west, there will, and hopefully this China-Nepal railway corridor will be linked to the network of Indian Railway. Through this way, China's goods, particularly those goods from Tibet, will shipped all the way to the southern part of India, like Madras and to Tamil Pradesh and to Sri Lanka. Then to the west of this China, Nepal, Indian corridor, there is the China-Pakistan corridor. It's called simply CPEC. And the China-Pakistan economic corridor now is the most successful and has almost completed with its infrastructure like ports, airports, harbor, highway, and railway and power station.
Right, I think you just mentioned about the Pakistan economic corridor as well. And you wrote a book a few years back also on it as part of the BRI initiatives. How would you compare some of what you see in Pakistan to some of the initiatives that are happening in Sri Lanka? Any similarities? How does it link up with the whole?
There are many similarities between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. There are also some differences between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. About the similarity between Pakistan and Sri Lanka is its political system. Both Sri Lanka and Pakistan have a political system based on Western democracy. That means you have to elect a new government every 3 or 4 years, like Nepal, the same. And but sometimes, like Nepal, every half a year there will be a new government, a new prime minister. In Pakistan, every 2 or 3 or 4 years there will be a new prime minister. And in your country there. So the Chinese people worry that if you change your prime minister, change your president, that's your political decide. But investor hope that the policy, your economic policy, will be sustainable, will not be changed or will not be gone with the government, with the change of government. So this is something, that Pakistan and Sri Lanka have in common. But there's something different. Pakistan has a system or has a tradition. No matter who is elected, president or prime minister, whoever come to power, even military dictatorship, they came to power through coup d'etat. Their top priority is that continue pro-China policy. Pakistan is overwhelmingly pro-China. And this is different, fundamentally different. And I understand that Sri Lanka has a balancing of policy between India and China, because your immediate big neighbor is India. I believe China and the Chinese government understand it. Just like Nepal. Nepal is always trying to work a balanced way between China and India. So those countries, those smaller countries like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Kashmir, these smaller countries, even Afghanistan, I understand that they have to work a balanced way between China and India. But Pakistan is different. Pakistan is a regional power. So this is the difference between Sri Lanka and Pakistan.
I think you alluded to it as well, South Asian region. Moving forward, what would you say the role of South Asia would be in the BRI, and where Sri Lanka could also be part of it as well?
It's actually the Belt and Road. Most of the money of China's infrastructure investment bank goes to Asian countries, like goes to Pakistan, goes to the railway building from Tibet to Nepal, go to the harbor building in Sri Lanka, in Myanmar, and also in Eastern Africa, in these countries. And also China is building a big Silk Road in Northern Asia, like in Mongolia, in far eastern part of Russia, like across Alaska is the Russian part of Arctic. China is now building harbor and in those areas. So this means China wants a global connectivity with Asia playing the central part of it. So making North America, European country, African country, all connected to Asian country. With this, Indian Ocean, where Sri Lanka is the central point of it, will play a crucial role. So that's why China wants to have a good relation with Sri Lanka and also good relation with India and Pakistan, because we really want to make China and these countries a family member, a family relationship.
All right. So on that note, we will end our discussion today. Thank you, Professor
Thank you
Lee,
very much.
for being on the show. And I think he's described a lot about the Belt and Road Initiative, the regional aspects, and where Sri Lanka can also be involved in terms of what's going on with the initiative. So to our viewers, stay tuned for more episodes like this.